All right, all right, all right. I want to say, what's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? You rocking with Livin Large coming at you live from Ottawa, Canada. It's the Home Invasion Show on CKCU, and that's how we do. You know what I mean? So, I got this question I want to ask y'all. How far can we go to make a joke? You know what I mean? If you've been tuned into the show, we talked about the craziness that happened in Jacksonville, Florida, right? And we talked about James Gunn and his craziness when it comes to his Twitter tweets, his jokes or whatever, right? So my thing is, how far do we go in order to make a joke? Because nowadays people have been making jokes just to shock, with that shock value, that shock appeal. You know what I mean? They're not making it to be funny. They're making it to shock. Right? If you've been following the wrestling world, I know a lot of people dropped off, me myself included, you know. But you know, I seen them shits, you know what I mean? I seen them things, them news reports and stuff like that. And they had a Raw up in Toronto, I believe. And this dude right here, Jason Sensation, he Canadian dude, I believe. Let me look this shit up just to be 100%. I'm pretty sure he Canadian, you know. But yeah, if you remember the Attitude Era, grew up in the Attitude Era. Remember when DX did the parody of Nation of Domination? He was the dude that did the Owen Hart impersonation, right? So he's the guy that did that shit. I mean, it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. It was funny. But what he did now, what he pulled now is not funny whatsoever. You know what I mean? Not funny whatsoever. I'm not 100% when it comes to Canadian or not. I don't know. I don't even know if Canada want to claim him anyway. You know what I mean? With that being said. But, yeah. So, they had a Raw event in Toronto. And this dude put out a tweet. Now, this one I got pulled up. All right? I'm about to read this joke to y'all. Let me know if this sounds like a joke to you. All right? Okay. So, he put out this tweet. I got my gun through security and will shoot myself in the head and kill myself during tonight's Raw in Toronto. Don't you dare miss it. Thanks for the memories at WWE. A joke. You know what I mean? With everything that's happening in the world, around the world, you know, people being gunned down, this guy goes ahead and puts out a tweet like that. You know? To me, it's like, yo, there's a line you don't cross when it comes to jokes. You know, I understand you're trying to be funny. I understand you're trying to make a name for yourself. You know what I mean? But going ahead and saying some shit like that, man, that shit's not funny. That's just not funny. And a lot of people, rightfully so, a lot of people thought the same thing. So they actually end up calling the police and they investigated. And it turns out the dude was not even in Toronto. He wasn't even in like Raw or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, now people are saying, is this a cry for attention in terms of like depression or whatever? They did say he was bipolar, right? They did say that. They did say he was suffering from some kind of like depression or whatever. And, you know. So people are looking at it as a cry for help. Or it's not really a joke. You know what I mean? The warning signs are there, people are saying. I don't know, man. To me, it's like, yo, why you got to go and joke about that shit? You know what I mean? If the same people are going to get at James Gunn, and again, got to say it, man, rightfully so, talking about his jokes on the Twitter, you know what I mean? All this pedophilia shit. You got to get at this guy here. You got to roast this guy too. You know what I mean? Now, if it really is suffering from mental illness and all that shit, man, you got to keep that in mind, I guess, and just be delicate with it. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know. My problem, though, is a lot of people are self-diagnosing these days. A lot of people are self-diagnosing and saying, hey, mental illness. You know? That's the way it seems. So honestly, to me, it's like, man, so many people cry wolf. I can't really, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just takes away from all the real people that are suffering from this. You know what I mean? It takes it away from them. You know, it puts them in a bad light. You know, it shines them with some negativity like that. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like it's misrepresented. You know? So people got to get called out. People got to get called out. And let them know, be like, you know what? If you're not really suffering from this shit, if you just self-diagnose, y'all really need to go and get diagnosed and checked out before you throw it out there and be like bipolar, depression, anxiety. That's my favorite one, anxiety. Everybody suffers from anxiety these days. Everybody. You know, I haven't met a single person that's healthy these days. Everybody suffering from something. And to me, it's like, y'all, guaranteed you self-diagnose that shit. You know what I mean? So I can't really deal with this. I really cannot deal with this. And in terms of like Jason's sensation, man, if he really is suffering, I hope he gets the help. I hope he gets the treatment before, you know what I mean? Before he ends up axing himself. Right? But you know, that joke was not funny. That cry for attention was not funny. You know what I mean? Just as easily and quick as it was for you to send out that tweet. You know, you could have called somebody, talked to somebody, talked through it. If you don't want to call a counselor, or if you really don't want to find a counselor or whatever. You know what I mean? But it just don't make sense to me. I just can't stand it, man. Now you can't even live life anymore. You can't even live life. Florida, gaming event, shot up. Going to school, you get shot up. Going to church, you get shot up. Going to, you know what I mean? Like, casino, you get shot up. You know what I mean? Trying to enjoy an event. You know what I mean? Shit. Sometimes people go all the way extreme. You know? Ariana Grande. People blew that shit up. Like, for real. Like, calm down, man. We just trying to enjoy our life. You know what I'm saying? And as bad as it is here, it's crazy bad over there, overseas. No cameras. You know, 9 times out of 10, the media consider that place already a war zone. So when things like that happen, a big tragedy or whatever, they're like, hey, it's just another day. You know, it might sound appalling to us. It might be like, oh my God, you know. Lives are being lost in the double, sometimes triple digits. But to them, it's just Thursday. You know? So because of that, they don't really shine that light. But trust me when I say this, man. Lives are being lost all over. Lives are being lost all over. You know what I mean? Thankfully for some, the camera and all the attention is shined up to let y'all guys know what it is. You know what I mean? Others, people are turning a blind eye. All over people are turning a blind eye. You know? So to me, it's like, hey, if we're going to get at James Gunn, we got to get at this dude here. Jason Sensation, we got to get at this dude. You know? And if it's genuine, if he needs help, hey, we got to lend a hand. We got to help this dude. You know? And if it's not, you know, if it really isn't, then, you know? Y'all can use your imagination, I guess. You know what I mean? But goddamn. I'm just tired of this shit. I'm just tired of people just coming up with this shock appeal. You know what I mean? Kings of comedy, man. Look at D.L. Hughley now. Emulate that. You know? And from what it is, from what I understand, looking up his biography and what he's been doing, he's good at impersonations. He good at some impersonations. Like I said, he made it famous when they did the Nation of Domination parody. And he did the Owen Hart thing. That shit was memorable. You know what I mean? He even had like that fake nose, the putty, you know? And he did it like that. So to me, it's like, yo, that shit was funny. This thing right here that you're doing on Twitter, that shit's not funny. So stick to what you know. You know what I mean? Stick to what you know. You know doing the parodies, that shit gets you laughs. So stick to that. Do that. That shit was funny. A lot of people thought it was entertaining. And it's crazy because this guy's across the board. You know, seen videos of him doing an impression of Hulk Hogan. Seeing him doing an impression of Ultimate Warrior. You know what I mean? Steve Austin, taking it to the Attitude Era. The Rock. Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? And they're like, spot on. Spot on. HBK. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, yo, stick to that. That shit was funny. Stick to that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Time now is 5:45 in the a.m. where we at in Ottawa, Canada. So I'm going to leave it at that. We got some more tunes coming at you. Damn, where are we going? Let me see this. 4, 8. Alright, well, I'm going to put on some South Central Cartel right here. Hood is calling. It's the Home Invasion Show. You rocking with Livin Large. Check it out. The track is hot. Definitely gets my seal of approval. And I want to say much love out to Prodigy all the way down in South Central. Y'all know what it is. Gotta represent them legends to the fullest. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm not trying to get this video pulled. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Was that shit funny? I didn't see it funny. I didn't think it was funny at all. You know what I mean? So go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Also, while you're at it, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the video. You know what I mean? Give us some of that love. You know what I mean? But that's it for me. Livin Large, on the down, Home Invasion Show, Ottawa, Canada, fully represented. I want to say much love. Go out to everybody that, you know, tuned in, watching them videos and staying consistent with us. You know what I'm saying? Much love. Take care of yourselves and each other like Jerry Springer say. Peace.